Hello friends, this is my February Reads Wrap-Up as well as my February book haul, both of which are pretty short, so I've decided to combine them this month. It's been a pretty slow month on the book front. I've been pretty busy this month with a bunch of other stuff, so I haven't got to read as much as I like. So let's just get started. Let's start with the book haul. Very small. First is this one, Between Night and Moon. I think this is an Arab book that was translated, and it's pretty old, 1972. Yep, it is an Arab book. Translated in 1972, and I got this at the thrift store for like 75 cents, I think, and I got it, one, because the cover, amazing, I love it, and it's a hardback, and two, because there's a little note here from 1976, and that's one of my all-time favorite things, is when you get a used book and there's a note in it. The printing in this book is really funny because there's like over an inch of blank space on the bottom of all the pages, so I feel like it was like they didn't size it right. Anyways, but it's a pretty short book, so although I only got it for the cover, it's likely that I will read it at some point. The second book and the last book in my book haul for this month was The Autobiography of Santa Claus, and this one is by Jeff Glynne. I'm really excited about this one because, as you guys may or may not know, I love Santa Claus. I'm not sure if this is going to be kind of an accurate telling of the origin of Santa Claus, but either way, I'm excited for it. It's not that long. It's only about 300 pages. So I might save this one for December so I can like get in the Christmas spirit, even though all year round I am in the Christmas spirit. And then now on to books that I've read this month. Not that many. I have been reading Memoirs of a Geisha, but I'm not finished with that one, so I'm not going to show it to you. But I do recommend it because so far, really good. If you've seen the movie, I'm sure you'll love the book. It's a little harder to get through because it's pretty long and it's kind of like dense, but it's really good. Okay, so first up, Miss Marvel, Generation Y. This is volume 2 in the combined Miss Marvel, what do you call these? Tankobon? That's the Japanese one. I don't know. The collected series. This is volume 2. Anyways, this is by Wilson, Alfona, and Wyatt. And okay, the main thing I love about this series is the art. It's kind of basic. Like it's very simple. It's not basic, sorry. But I love it. It makes me want to draw, which is always good because that's half of the reason I like reading manga and comics, is because it inspires me to do my own art. And the story is it's like whoever's writing this, they are very up on current issues, and I love that. He says this one quote, and I'm just going to read it because like if this is not so true, I don't know what is. The young are seen as a political burden, a public nuisance. They are not considered worth educating or protecting. They are called parasites, leeches, brats, spawn. If you use these words to describe any minority but children, it would quite understandably be considered hate speech. And that's so true. Like, a lot of, even our own generation talks shit about our generation, and that's, I can understand because there are a lot of like, our generation we feel like we're entitled to certain things, or we're kind of spoiled, but that doesn't mean our entire generation should be marked off. And I think in a lot of ways it has been, like as far as education goes and healthcare and things like that. And I'm not going to really delve into politics on this video, but I just really like that quote, and I thought it was really interesting that they did this as and made him into the enemy. Anyways, the second and the last book that I read this month was What Lies Beneath by Richard Denny. This book is by a fellow YouTuber. I saw this book in his description box, and I finally got to pick it up. A friend actually gifted it to me for Christmas, and I read it in a day or less. I started it one day and then I put it down, but after chapter 4 I just plowed through it because this story is really interesting. I thought it was really good. My main qualm, my main issue with it was that there was quite a few grammar and spelling errors, but it was self-published, so I can understand. I feel like there should be some leniency when it comes to that, but otherwise that didn't make it difficult to get through. It was just a funny thing to see, but the story itself and the characters, very good. It's an easy read, so would definitely read it. I also think there's an audiobook that goes with it, so if you'd prefer the audiobook over reading it, it's probably really quick. And that's it for this month. I hope that next month I can read a lot more, because I have so many books that I want to read, so many good books on my shelf that are just like waiting for me to read them. And I'm trying to come up with a method that helps me be able to read more throughout the day. I was doing it so that I read at least 50 pages a day, but somehow recently that seems like too much for me because there's a lot on my to-do list. So I think I'm going to lower it down to at least one chapter or 25 pages a day. One chapter or 25 pages, that seems doable. Usually my system is I will do something on my to-do list, and once that's checked off, I will allow myself to read 5 to 10 pages, and then I'll move on to the next thing on my to-do list. The hardest part about being self-employed is that you never really have downtime. You don't really clock out of being self-employed. It's constant promotion, creating, editing, uploading, etc., etc. But I love it. I love it. I wouldn't trade it for any other job, but it definitely takes away my time from reading. But anyways, enough babbling. I'm going to leave the link to all my social media in my description box. I have Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Patreon, Etsy. If you guys don't know, I'm a freelance artist. I have a bunch of art on my Etsy. And that's it. Thanks for watching.